Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Okay, this is going to be one of the hardest videos I've ever made. Nobody wants the skeletons to come out of the closet. Nobody wants people to know their weaknesses. I'm the same. I'm the same as everybody else when it comes to that. But I've been having very good questions have been hitting me here lately, and people need to know and understand what life is really about. I try to express it in my videos. Let's see. Let's say this. Okay. I'm going to just jump right into it. You're not going to hear me talk like this again. I've got plenty of crosses to bear. You hear me talk about I don't want to listen to people's crosses. I don't give a damn. If you got a problem, I really don't give a shit about it. You got obligations, you have things you need to do. I don't want to hear you bellyache and complain. I am learning a lot. My wife sheltered me a lot from the world. And one of the things that I've learned since I've been out, I hear a lot of people say, nobody is perfect. I hear that crap. And then I hear some funky excuse why their life is screwed up. Why? Because they didn't take personal responsibility. And so now they're going to say nobody is perfect. I don't buy that crap. And I don't buy it from me. And that's why you don't hear it from me. But I've got to tell you this stuff. I'm getting too much stuff is coming on me, and like I say, I have no wife, I have no woman, I have no one to fill my emotional needs, in which they were taken care of before. Okay, first, I can't even say the word. Dyslexia or something. I turn the words around when I read. And it's really far worse than that. I can't hardly read. The more I read, the more I forget. It doesn't stick in my mind. The words are just so confusing for me. And if you see my writing, my handwriting, you cannot read it. I can't even read my own handwriting. That's why I can't take notes. Even when I type on the computer, the right hand is like the right hand pushes the L, and I'll push on the left hand So it's not only in my brain, but it comes out from my brain to my hands, and it comes out backwards again. It's hard to believe that I have written 5 books. One of the books is a picture book, mostly pictures. But I've got lots of difficulties in that field. Running a computer, it's unbelievable that I can even run a computer. I have a hell of a time with a cell phone. I can't even hardly run a cell phone. Now I went crazy and I got smartphones now, one for the United States and one for here. And the reason is because I do a lot of internet communications. So, and I've watched people do it, so I'm trying to learn myself. Another reason why I need a good woman at my side. I say, all my life, well, not all my life, but since I got married when I was 22 years old, I say my wife protected me from this stuff. She's really smart. She really was caring. We were opposites. That helped. So everything I was poor at, she was very good at. And like I say, she covered me. And I say, I am still producing. I am still doing all the stuff that I was doing. And it's difficult. As a child, going through school, one thing, I didn't learn how to talk until I was 5 years old. Everybody thought I couldn't speak anyway. They just thought I couldn't speak. And then once I got into school around other kids, then I started speaking. Before that, I couldn't speak. I say, I'm Chinese. Half my family's Chinese. They speak Chinese. The other half is American. They speak English. I couldn't speak anything. It was too confusing for me, I guess. I don't know. But I say, in school, I didn't do well at all. Now, as I'm older, I understand why. And that's why you hear me complaining about education, the education system. The education system is set up to make worker bees out of everybody. Now, worker bees, they do the same stuff all the time. They're all producing for the queen bee. And maybe that falls under why I don't believe in equal rights, because I'm not going to do that stuff for the queen bee. That's the reason why I push people to do own your own business, be self-employed, learn how you can take care of your own life instead of depending on a paycheck. I didn't learn to depend on a paycheck. The reason was my brain is different. Like I say, I've got, nowadays they call it learning disabilities. And I think it's funny you call it learning disabilities. I mean, I've owned restaurants, oil wells, trained SWAT teams. I mean, I've done all kinds of stuff. I've gone places, I've done things. I didn't do good because I didn't learn that I had limitations. When they were teaching me, I'm limited, I wasn't listening and learning. One of the things I thought was real funny when I was in school, we did a test, and this test tells you what kind of career you should be going for. Going by your, that you answer all these questions and stuff like that, and then they'll tell you what good career. And my number one career was a bank teller. It's said for me to be successful in life, I needed to be a bank teller. I needed to focus on being a bank teller. I find it funny because at one time I thought about owning a bank. I'd have some bank tellers working for me. You know what I mean? It's just all of these so-called disabilities, all of these, let me give you a hand instead of a hand up. All of that was focused on trying to keep me from doing the impossible. They put odds up against me that were supposed to scare me from doing all kinds of weird stuff. I learned a long time ago, you are not judged by your disabilities. You are judged by your accomplishments. Now, some people think, well, if you come up with this real cool idea and it's, what do they say? Peace on earth. That makes you a good person. No, it doesn't. It is your accomplishments. Your accomplishments don't have to be big. An accomplishment is what you feel inside for yourself. And that is the important thing. Pleasing yourself. You accomplish the little things, you will see the big things are just a bunch of little things put together. I have my limitations. No different than you. I don't suggest you do like I do and tell the world what they are. But I do suggest when the world tells you you can't do something, you're listening to the wrong ones. That's not the world you need to be in. You hear me talk about my world, even my books. I see 1, 2, 3 of my books are, the title is Mike's World, and then the title of that book. The reason I can do what most people think is impossible is because I'm not in your world. Your world is too restrictive. You hear me talk about the laws. The laws don't apply to me. The laws are in your world. They're not in my world. I know my wife used to hate me for saying stuff like that. When she'd tell me, well, you're not supposed to do that. That's against the law, or that's against the rules, the regulations. I don't care what the hell it is against. In my world, it doesn't exist. What they're talking about is limitations that I'm not going to get involved in. That's one of the reasons why I push morals. The only thing I do is I try to be morally correct. I try to do the morally proper thing. And like I've said, when I was younger, my morals are one thing. As I've grown, my morals have changed. Not only they've changed, but they've got really strong. And that is what you see in my way of life. Why can I do the impossible? Why is it that the odds, I don't give a damn. Why? I've worked my life. On strengthening my morals. Now, if you want to be one of the stupid, zombies, or what do they call them? Sheeples. Want to be the stupid people that go along with whatever you're told instead of not having any moral compass to go by, then get the hell out of my way. I don't have time to screw around with you. I got things to do. And you should be that same way. Don't have fear. Surround yourself with good people. I don't care what their disabilities are. There's no limits on what free, good people can do. Do the best you can with what you have. You hear me talk about buying gold and silver. Why can't you buy $20 a month? Well, my friends don't do it. You got the wrong friends. Talked about that. You are the average of your 5 best friends. Look around you. Have you surrounded yourself with a disability? Are these people, do they have disabilities? Your friends? They don't have the imagination, the balls to stand up and do something for themselves? And I thought I had problems. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.